Hey besties, and welcome back to my not so amazing channel Kissing Face with Smiling Eyes. 2 hearts. This is part 6 of my Sakuatsu series and I hope you enjoy 2 hearts. Also yesterday we hit 100 subscribers and then later on 200 like what? We're so close to 300 and thank you so much sneezing face. 2 circling hearts. Also just thought I'd say that reading your comments make my day face with big pleading eyes. Beating heart. Anyways, on with the video. Stuck with you. Part 6. Tuesday 8 p.m. Atsumu was laying on his bed, bored with nothing to do. He kept thinking about how he saw Sakusa earlier and how upset he looked. It made him sad. He wanted to know what made him upset, but didn't think it was his place to pry into his business. But at the same time, he hated the sight of seeing Sakusa on the verge of tears. His thoughts were quickly cut off by his phone dinging. Atsumu's phone. Some smiling face with tear. B. And sugar yellow 5-pointed star. Shooting star. Is private messages. Cinema. Now. Some smiling face with tear. B. Is online. Wah. You're coming to the cinema with me and some others. Get ready boo reversed hand with middle finger extended. 2 hearts. We'll come get you in 15 minutes yawning face with closed eyes. But I didn't even have an option. Exactly. Get ready. Okay smiling face with tear. With Komori and Sakusa. Komori had dragged Sakusa back out the house to get this new milkshake Komori had been dying to try. They were sat at a table in the far back of a cafe. Komori blabbering about how good the milkshake was and Sakusa nodding to everything he was saying, pretending he was listening. Do you want one? If I get one you'll just drink it. Yeah whatever. I'm gonna go get you one. I don't even want one. Sir. Komori stood up and walked over to the counter and placed his order. Sakusa groaned and laid his head on the table as he waited for Komori to come back. Eventually, Komori came back with the drink and placed it in front of Sakusa's face. Tired. A little. He started to lift his head back up and Komori sat down back again. You gonna try it? Sakusa picked up the drink with one hand and pulled down his mask with the other. How much sugar is in this thing? Don't ask. Just enjoy. It's good, I swear. Sakusa started to drink it and was surprised that it was actually good. He always thought that Komori's taste buds were weird since he ate the strangest of foods. So, how is it? Not bad. Komori smiled widely. See? Yeah. Sakusa looked at Komori whose posture had just changed from a moment ago. He seemed a little nervous. Motoi. Kyo. Komori cut off Sakusa. Sorry to bring this up but yesterday what happened? It's been a long time since I've seen you that scared. Komori looked up to make eye contact with Sakusa. Kyo. My dad messaged me. Sakusa's mood suddenly changed to somewhat angry and sad. The mention of his dad reminded him that he was going to have to see him on Friday. Your dad. And what did he say? Sakusa put his drink down and rested his chin on his hand. He said he was outside my apartment. I told him I wouldn't be home until Friday. And he said that he would see me on Friday. Sakusa bit the inside of his mouth. Oh my god Kyo. You wanna come to mine on Friday? As much as I hate thinking about meeting my dad again, it's going to happen eventually. Sakusa frowned. Plus I'm pretty sure your mum hates me. HAA. She doesn't. Either way she makes me uncomfortable. I see. Want me to come with you? Yes. Sakusa replied quickly. Komori smiled sadly. Alright. You drinking that or what? Komori said trying to lighten the mood. Sakusa defensively pulled his drink off the table. Mine. Back off Roach. Sad Komori noises. Komori and Sakusa had just left the cafe and started walking back into the streets. Komori was about to say something, when he noticed Sakusa wasn't next to him anymore. Komori groaned. Where did that moron run off to? He was taken out his thoughts by a familiar voice calling his name. Komori. Komori turned around to see Atsumu and 6 others walking towards him. They all seemed familiar but there were a couple he wouldn't be able to name. Oh hey. What cha doing here? Atsumu and his friends stopped just in front of him. Oh, I just went to a cafe. OHH? You're that libero. Haha, yeah that's me. From Itachiyama right. MHM. Itachiyama. Komori's eyes met Ashijima's. So you're in the same team as Sakusa, oh my god, when is he going to drop this Sakusa thing? Just leave him be. Yay. Same team. He's actually my cousin. I was just with him now, but I don't know where he's ran off to. Ooh. Well, nice to meet you, Komori. I'm Oikoa. Introduce yourselves. I'm Bakuto. Akashi. Nice to meet you. I'm Sugar. Okay Tendao, and this is Ashijima. Tendao gestures towards Ashijima. Oh well, nice to meet you guys. They talk for a little. Sakusa walked out the cafe Komori had just left. He really liked the milkshake and wanted another one. He walked out the cafe to see Komori talking to a couple of people. He noticed Atsumu was there but couldn't quite recognize the others. Social interaction. Woohoo, my favorite. Sakusa thought as he started walking over to where Komori was. Motoa. Komori looked over to Sakusa. There you are. Where'd you run off to? Before he could answer, Atsuma's voice perked up. Hi Omi-kun. Hey. He could feel the eyes of the other people with him. OHH, you're the guy Atsumu kept adding to the group chat. Group chat. Yep, that's me. Komori looked at Sakusa, finally noticing the plastic cup in his hands. You went back to the cafe. See. They are good. Sakusa pulled up his mask. No. I see. That's why you got a second one, serious face with monocle. Why didn't you get me one distraught face? Distraught face. You'll get fat. But you won't. No. How much sugar is in this thing? Komori quoted Sakusa. It tastes good. You just said. Never mind, disappointed face. Omi-kun. Sakusa moved his gaze to the guy in front of him. Hey, can I talk to you for a moment? Atsumu's friends looked at him confused, but Sakusa knew exactly what he wanted. He didn't want to cause a scene and knew Atsumu's friends would ask a lot of questions if he kept saying number. So he agreed. Okay. Komori could hear a bit of pain in his voice and got worried, but decided that now was probably not the best time to say anything. Alright. Atsumu started walking away, gesturing for Sakusa to follow him, and he did. He led him around the corner of a building. You sure you're not planning to kill me? Atsumu chuckled. Maybe later. Atsumu suddenly stopped and turned around to face Sakusa. You know what this is about, right? Can you just leave it at that? We can pretend you didn't see me. Omi-kun number. Why were you crying? Atsumu looked into Sakusa's dark eyes. You seemed upset yesterday too. I didn't want to pry but I couldn't help it. Then don't. Ha. Atsumu, what are you doing this for? Atsumu seemed shocked at the sound of his first name and the question following it. Why are you so invested in my life? Why won't you leave me alone? Question mark. Sorry, but I don't understand the question. Atsumu felt sad seeing Sakusa's eyes slowly forming tears. Why can't you see that everyone in my life ends up disappearing? You could hear the pain in his voice and it broke Atsumu's heart. And sure, you're fun to be around, but you'll eventually leave just like everyone else. So what's the point in caring for me? Please stop pretending. Please stop pretending. That was the sentence where it all crashed down for Atsumu. And subconsciously he walked closer to Sakusa, placing both of his hands on Sakusa's shoulders and shaking him lightly. Sakusa was surprised by the sudden touch. Closed his eyes, waiting for a strong force of some sort to puncture him. Instead he felt a light bum on his chest as he opened his eyes. Atsumu had dug his head into Sakusa's chest, facing the floor. You idiot. Atsumu's voice was shaky. He started to shake Sakusa by the shoulders. Why are you giving up before you've even tried? Atsumu said, followed by a sniffle. He started to look at Sakusa again. Both of their eyes glossy. Do you think everyone is the same? Do you honestly think that everyone in the world is going to hate you? Do you really think that everyone is going to leave you? Your cousin hasn't, right? Komori has been there for you most of your life. And Komori isn't the only person in the world who will actually enjoy your company, idiot. And yay, sadly there are going to be people who don't like you and judge you for whatever reason. But believe it or not, everyone gets that. Everyone in the world isn't going to like me. Not everyone is going to like Komori. People are going to judge no matter what. Don't let it get to your head, idiot. Their opinions don't matter. Atsumu stopped shaking Sakusa and took a moment to process his facial expression. He had tears flowing down his cheeks and his face a mixture of happy and sad, like he'd never been told any of that before. I don't know what your life has been like, but all those people with those people who had something to say about you can shove it up their ass. Dumb fuck. Just give someone like me a chance. You never know. Atsumu and Sakusa faced each other and Atsumu placed a hand on Sakusa's face. Your life might just get better. Sakusa smiled, placing a shaky hand on top of Atsumu's as he started to burst into tears, ducking his head into Atsumu's shoulder. It's alright now. Let it all out. And Sakusa did. He cried like he'd never done before. The barrier that used to stop him from releasing his tears had been taken down. Atsumu wrapped his arms around Sakusa, pulling him into a tight hug. Sakusa continued to cry. He cried all the tears he'd never been able to cry before. He cried all the tears he used to force back into himself when he was younger. He cried out all the pain he had kept inside himself for the past 16 years. Atsumu. Thank you. Sakusa said through sobs. In reply, Atsumu then dug his head into Sakusa's shoulder, starting to cry himself. I guess you're stuck with me, Naomi-kun. Maybe that isn't so bad. End of part 6. Hope you enjoyed the video. Next part will be out tomorrow, and thank you so much for almost 300 subs. It really means so much. 2 hearts. Beating heart.